Good morning, students. This is 11th standard botany video class, video 21. In this video, we are going to see the lesson Plant Kingdom. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen life cycle of pinus, that is habit, habitat, external structure of root, stem and leaf. The leaves are look like in the form of needle-like leaves. And also the stem which are showing two type of growth, long shoot or unlimited growth, dwarf shoot or limited growth, which makes the conical appearance of a tree. Then we have seen internal structure of root, stem and leaves. Now in this video we are going to see the reproduction in pinus plant. Dear students, pinus is also showing the heterosporous condition. That means by producing two different types of spores, that is microspore and megaspore. But the plants are monoecious condition. That means in the same plant itself, they are producing male cone as well as the female cone. That means both male and female sex organs are produced in the same plant body in different places or region. That is known as monoecious. See that one, the definition is given here. Both male and female cones are stabili, developed on the different branches of the same plant is known as monoecious condition. Here students, see the diagram. This is the needle-like leaf we told you, isn't it? Showing the xerophytic condition. So here, this is the pink color, is a male cone with the twigs. That means leaves with the male cones. Dear students, this is the LS, longitudinal sections of a male cone. In the previous diagram we have seen cluster of male cones which are produced in the twig, isn't it? So here in the cross section which are showing the central axis, then the lateral side they are having the sporophyll named as microsporophyll, which contains many microsporangium, which is yellow in color, contains many microspores or pollen grains. So this is said to be the longitudinal sections of male cone with the pollen grains. Dear students, this is the structure of pollen grains. The structure of pollen grains is surrounded by a outer exine and inner intine. Center they are having the nucleus, that is which contains four-celled stage, tube vegetative cell, tube nucleus and generative cells. Then the outer surface which are showing the wing-like structure, so that the pollen grains are lightweight, carried away by the wind. So the pinus plant which are showing the wind pollination to transfer the pollen grains from male cone to the female cone of a pinus plant. See the paragraph. At the center of the male cone contains the central axis, surrounded by a numerous spore-bearing leaves are known as sporophyll or microsporophyll. The microsporophyll bears two microsporangia at the base of the abaxial side of microsporophyll. That means at the base of the back side of the each sporophyll, they are containing the two microsporangia. That means left side one, right side one. That is said to be the two microsporangia, which is located at the back side of the basal region of microsporophyll. Each sporangium bears numerous winged microspore. I told you wing-like structure or pollen grains. So this microspore only afterwards developed into male gametophyte. So only one condition, and also important character is there is winged microspores are produced. They are lightweight. So wind pollination is possible in the pinus plant. Okay. So the microsporangium which are produced at the base of the backside of the microsporophyll, which contains two microsporangia. One is left side, another one is the right side. Dear students, this is the female cone. A twig with a female cone, which is brown in color and also hardy nature. So made up of with megasporophyll. So inner to the megasporophyll, they are containing the megasporangium. This megasporangium afterwards produce the megaspore. They have produced many megaspores, that is 4 megaspore, but 3 of them disintegrate. Only one is the functional and produce the egg or ova. This egg or ova only fused with the pollen grains reaches to the archegonial region, that is female cone of the pinus, and they are fuses together to form a diploid zygote. Dear students, this is the longitudinal section of female cone. Like male cone, they are also having the central axis. Then they are having the megasporophyll. At the base of the megasporophyll, they are having a small scaly leaves, is known as bracт scale. Then the scaly leaves are known as ovaliferous scale. Why it's said to be ovaliferous scale? That means they are containing the ovule. So that's why they are known as the ovaliferous scale leaves. So inside the ovule only, they are having the egg or ova. So this is said to be the longitudinal sections of female cone. Both LS of male cone and female cone is the important 3-mark question. And the structure of pollen grains is also important 2-mark question. Dear students, see the paragraph structure of female cone. Dear students, the female cone which are produced in the axil region of scale leaves, they are produced in groups. Female cones take 3 years to mature the female cones in the pinus plant body. It has a central axis surrounded by megasporophyll arranged in a spiral manner. Each megasporophyll, which are consist of a paired scale leaves, which are located on either side. A paired scale leaves are divided into 2. One is the bracт scale, which is sterile. That means they do not contain any egg or ova. Another one is the ovaliferous scale, which contains ovule. So these are all the 2 types of bracts which is present in the megasporophyll. So ovules contain megaspore. This megaspore only afterwards developed into the female gametophyte. That is said to be the structure of megasporophyll. Is the important 5-mark question. Write a short notes on female cone of pinus. A female cone which are arranged in the scaly axil of the scale leaves. They are arranged in groups. The number is 1 to 4. The megasporophyll which are contains 2 type of leaves. One is the scale leaves. There is bracт scale leaves. Another one is the ovaliferous scale leaves. Bracт scale leaves are sterile. That means they do not produce ovule. But the ovaliferous scale leaves are producing ovules. The ovules containing the megaspore at the center. This megaspore only act as a female gametophyte. Dear students, next we are going to see how pollination and fertilization is taken place in the pinus plant. Dear students, I told you pollen grains are having the wings and also lightweight. So they are carried away by the wind. So wind pollination is taken place in pinus plant. So pollination is taken place by air or a wind is known as anemophilous pollination. So Pinus is also showing the anemophilous pollination is a very very important 1 mark question. Then the pollen grains which are produced in the male cone, which are released in the 4-celled stage. I told you 4-cell, isn't it? 2 prothallelial cell. Thallelial cell means body cell. 1 generative cell, that is the reproductive cell, and 1 tube cell. So the condition of the pollen grain is 4-celled stage. Dear students, this is another important 1 mark question. In the previous life cycle of genus, that is Cycas, the pollen grains are 3-celled stage. 1 vegetative cell, 1 generative cell, and 1 tube cell. But here the vegetative cells are 2 in number, that is prothallelial cell, 1 generative cell, and 1 tube cell. So it is 4-celled condition. Then at the time of pollination, the micropylar region of the ovule, which are secreting a substance, a chemical substance which is oozes outside. These chemical substance which capture the pollen grains which are carried away by the wind and makes the pollen grains to lodge in a chamber called pollen chamber. Once they are lodged in the pollen chamber, the tube nucleus which are generated to form a pollen tube. At the time, the generative cell is also divided into 2 male gametes. The size of the male gametes is different, that is unequal male gametes. So one of them which reaches to the ovule through the micropylar region and fuses with the egg cell, which forms the diploid zygote. The another male gamete degenerated, that means destroyed. The generative cell producing 2 male gamete, isn't it? Only one fuses with the egg through the micropylar region. Another one is the disintegrate, that means destroyed. So both male gametes and the female gametes are fused together to form a diploid zygote. The zygote developed into a new sporophytic plant. The diploid zygote undergo mitotic cell division to form a embryo. Here many embryos are produced in the Pinus plant. More than 1 embryo which is present inner side of the embryo sac region is known as polyembryony. Dear students, kindly underline the word polyembryony condition is seen in the Pinus plant. What is polyembryony? Poly, many. More than 1 embryo which is produced inner side of an ovule or an embryo sac is known as polyembryony. So this embryos undergoes several changes and finally produce a seed with wings. Seed which contains the wings. So these wings is also carried away by the wind and falls onto the ground. They are germinated. The germinator of the seed is known as epigeel. Epigeel means above the ground level. That is said to be epigeel seed germination. Pinus plant is also showing the alternation of generation, that is sporophytic phase followed by gametophytic phase is known as alternation of generation. The important one is polyembryonic condition is seen in Pinus. Seed germination is also one of the type is known as epigeel condition. Then the pollen grains which are contained 4-celled stage when they are reaches to the micropylar region of an ovule. So these are all the characteristic features of Pinus. Thus Pinus showing pollination and fertilization process. Dear students, is an important topic, fossil plants. So fossil plants means, yes, some of the plant parts only. Nowadays we can able to see the plants which are seen in the previous period or era. Those plants are known as fossil plants. A national wood fossil park is situated near our Pondicherry state known as Thiruvakkarai. It is a village of Viluppuram district of Tamil Nadu. Here, 20 million years old plants are buried under the soil. Due to the sedimentation process known as petrifaction, these plant parts are modified into woody stones. It's known as fossil woody plants. The term form genera is used to name the fossil plants because the old plant is not recovered as fossils. Instead of organs or a plant part only we can able to see that one. That means the fossil plants are known as form of genera. One more question. Why we can able to say form of genera? Means we are unable to see all the plant parts clearly. We can able to see only either leafy region or root or stem. Like that only we can able to see the parts of a plant, that is known as organ. So we are unable to say the plant. So it's a form, a small structure of an genera only. That is known as form of genera. So these plants are observed or present 20 million years ago. So those plants are known as fossil plants. Dear students, see the picture. This is a scientist named Birbal Sahani. In the year 1891 to 1949, he is known as father of Indian paleobotany. Paleobotany means study of fossil plants. That is known as paleobotany. So, Birbal Sahani is named as father of Indian paleobotany. He described fossil plants from the Rajmahal hills of eastern Bihar. He observed two plants. One is the Pentoxylon Sahini. So, he was first discovered the plant. So, the scientist name is also given as a species name to give the respect of the scientist or honor of the scientist. Pentoxylon Sahani. Then, Napiano-Xylon are some of the form genera. What is form genera? Fossil plant. Another name of form genera. Fossil plant is the form genera described by him. The institute is also located in Lucknow. Birbal Sahani Institute of Paleobotany is located in Lucknow. Is the important one mark question. So father of Indian paleobotany is another one mark question, Birbal Sahani. Then the Birbal Sahani Institute of Paleobotany is located in the place is called, what is that one? Lucknow is another one mark question. Dear students, this is the life cycle of Pinus. Pinus producing two cone, male cone, female cone. Female cone produce megasporangium, megaspore mother cell, meiosis undergo megaspore. Then male cone produce microsporangium, microspore mother cell, microspore. Megaspore developed into embryo sac, form the archegonium which contains egg. Microspore named as male gamete. Both of them fuse together, haploid in condition. Fertilization is occur. They are produced diploid zygote. That process is called syngamy or fertilization. Then the oospore developed into an embryo. Embryo which contains the seed. Seed developed into the pinus. So these are all the two phases which are seen in the pinus. One is the sporophytic generation. Another one is the gametophytic generation. This is known as alternation of generation in pinus. Dear students, form of genera means, what is the meaning for that one? Only the plant parts are obtained from the animals which are from the plant parts located in the previous era or period. So that fragments are known as form of genera. Some of the forms are obtained in the region of Himachal Pradesh, that is Shivalik Fossil Park, Manda Fossil Park in Madhya Pradesh, Rajmahal Hills, Jharkhand, Ariyalur, Tamil Nadu are the some of the fossil-rich sites of India. Is the important 3-mark question. Name some fossil park which is located in India. Shivalik Fossil Park, Himachal Pradesh is the 1-mark question as well as the 2-mark question. Mandla Fossil Park, Madhya Pradesh, Rajmahal Hills, Jharkhand, Ariyalur, Tamil Nadu. Then some of the species is also given here, that are also identified as different as algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperm and angiosperm. But some of the fossil algae are Paleoporella, Dimorphoscypon. Fossil bryophytes are Neodita, Hepaticitus, Muscitis. Fossil pteridophytes Cooksonia, Rhynia, Baragbanthia, Calamites. Gymnosperm Medulosa, Lepidocarpon, Williamsonia, Lepidodendron. Angiosperm Archeanthus furcula. These are all the different fossil plants existed 20 million years ago. So these are all the important 2-mark question. Name some fossil algae. Name some fossil bryophytes. Name some fossil pteridophytes. Gymnosperm and angiosperm is a very important 2-mark and 3-mark question. And also different fossil parks of India is also important 2-mark and 3-mark question. Dear students, up to this we have seen general characteristic features of gymnosperm and their 2 genus life cycle. Now we are going to see another division of phanerogames. It's said to be angiosperm. Angiospermic plants are advanced plant. That means flowers are produced as a reproductive organ with 2 different sex organs, that is male sex organs and female sex organs. So these angiospermic plants are known as spermatophyte. That means they are producing the seeds, and also they are known as angiosperm. So angiosperm means angio means a box-like structure. Sperma means seed. So seeds are located inside the box-like structure, that is known as angiosperm. Here in this plant group we are unable to see the seeds with our naked eye because they are closed type. They are located within the ovary. After breaking the ovary wall only we can able to the seed. But in the gymnosperm plant we can able to see the seeds or an ovule directly on the plant region. So this plant is also showing different mode of habitat. Some of them living in the water, some of them living on the desert region, some of them living on the land region. So these are all the different mode of habitat seen in the angiospermic plant. Most probably they are showing the terrestrial mode of habitat. That means living on the land region. So these plants are appeared during the period is known as Cretaceous period, and also we have seen Jurassic period for gymnospermic plant, isn't it? Likewise, the Cretaceous period, which are showing the first land plants, their age is 140 million years ago. So these plants which are showing the vegetative characteristic feature, stem, root and leaf, which are showing the advanced character or dominant character when compared to the other plant kingdom divisions, that is algae, bryophytes, pteridophyte and gymnosperm. Dear students, the sporophyte of the angiospermic plant is the dominant and the gametophyte is highly reduced. That means their life cycle is very short period. So that is said to be highly reduced. Now we are going to see important 3 mark and 5 mark question. Characteristic features of angiosperm. Vascular tissues are well developed. What is that one? Xylem and phloem are well developed. Flowers are produced instead of the cone. Then the ovule or an embryo sac located inside the ovary. Then pollen tube helps in the fertilization, but water is not essential for fertilization. That means the pollens are carried away by the external agents. It may be either wind, water, animal and insects, or it directly falls on to the same flower, that is said to be self-pollination and cross-pollination. So water is not essential, underline the word, water is not essential for fertilization. Then double fertilization seen in the angiosperm, you already studied in 10th standard. That is, they are producing 2 male gametes. One male gamete fuses with the egg to form the syngamy or fertilization is the one fusion. The another male gamete which are fuses to the secondary nuclei or polar nuclei which is present at the center of the embryo sac which forms triple nuclei. That fusion is called a triple fusion or double fusion. So this triple fusion nuclei only afterwards developed into endosperm. This endosperm is the nutritive food material of an growing embryo. Then this angiosperm is divided into 2 broad divisions based upon the cotyledon present in the embryo, that is dicotyledon and monocotyledon. Dicotyledon means they contain 2 cotyledon in an embryo. Monocotyledon means it possesses only 1 cotyledon. So these are all the 2 broad division of angiospermic plant, that is monocot and dicot. Dear students, another important characteristic feature, 2 mark, 3 mark and 5 mark question. Characteristic features of dicot and monocot. So first one, dicot. The leaves which are containing the veins in the form of net-like structure, that is said to be reticulate venation. 2 cotyledons are present in the seed. Then the primary roots of an embryo which are produced the taproot system. Flowers are pentamerous and tetramerous, that is flower petal, colored petal is there, isn't it? Colored part of a flower is known as petal or corolla. They are 4 in number or 5 in number. Imagine shoe flower which are having how many petals? 5 petals. That is said to be pentamerous. Likewise, some other flowers showing 4 petals, that is said to be tetramerous. Then tricolpate pollen is present. That means the outer surface of the pollen which are having the furrows in 3 places. Furrows means a small depression or a cavity like structure, a curve which is present in the outer surface of the pollen grain or exine. That is said to be tricolpate, present in the pollen is present in the dicot plant. There is a morphological character of dicot. Next, anatomical characters of dicot. Here students, many vascular bundles are arranged in the form of ring around the pith region. Is the characteristic features of dicot. Then between the xylem and phloem, cambium is present. So this is the open vascular bundle. Most probably dicot plantalidons shows the secondary growth is present in the dicot plant. So these are all the morphological and anatomical characters of dicot plant. Is the important 5 mark question. Next one, monocot plant. The leaves are showing the parallel venation. That means veins are run through in the form of parallel lines. For example, grass leaf. See the grass leaf, the veins are running parallel together. that is known as parallel venation. In the seed, they contain only one cotyledon, that is monocotyledon. Dear students, the root which are arising from the embryo is known as radicle. The radicle is not persistent, so they are producing the fibrous root system at the base of the stem. So, dicot means taproot system, monocot means fibrous root system. Then, the flower petals are 3 in number. That is said to be trimerous. Trimerous. Then, the pollen which are contain only one furrow, that is said to be monocolpate. Pollen is present. This is the morphological characters of monocot. Now coming to the anatomical feature, vascular bundles are not in the ring-like structure. They are scattered. That means different places they are located in the stem region. Cambium is absent between the xylem and phloem. So the vascular bundle is closed type. Secondary growth is absent. The dicot, secondary growth is present, but in the monocot, secondary growth is absent. Dear students, these are all the different characteristic features of monocot and dicot. Is a very, very important 5-mark question. Kindly note it down in your textbook. Dear students, this monocot, dicot, family, order, everything we are placed is known as classification of air plants. So nowadays we are using the modern classification is known as APG, Angiosperm Phylogeny Group System of Classification. They are not mentioning dicot as a monophyletic group. So plants are traditionally classified under dicot, are dispersed in several clades such as early magnolid and eudicot. So here the dicots are classified into what is that one? Magnolids and eudicots according to the APG system of classification. So what is APG? What are all the characteristic features they are showing? Everything we will see in the 3rd unit, that is plant taxonomy. That one we will see later. Dear students, up to this the plant kingdom lesson is over. In the next video class, we will start the next lesson. God bless you. All the best, children.